Okay,
Ich habe alles gegeben im Pitch für dich.
thanks. Yeah, as Carmen explained to you so nicely, I'm the pitch doctor. I help startups pitch better, but I also have my own startup, and that's what I want to pitch to you today. Before I tell you what my startup actually does, I want to give you a little bit of a company history, because our startup, Berlin, was actually founded in 1237. So we're definitely later stage. We were going strong for a while, but then unfortunately we got the wrong CEO in 1933, and we almost went bankrupt because of it in 1945. Thankfully, we got investors that bailed us out. They got rid of the old CEO. They gave us a new lease on life. But now, what happens when you have multiple investors, a lot of startups can attest to that, they start fighting. And that happened to us as well. Our investors didn't like each other anymore. So we actually had to do two different products, one for communists and one for capitalists for a while. And as you all know, for a startup, focus is super important, so this was terrible. So we were very happy when in 1989 this ended. We got new investors yet again, and we started working towards the vision that we have today. So what is the problem that we're solving today? The problem is simple. You are obviously the next Elon Musk, right? You're going to do an amazing startup. You're living the ramen lifestyle. You have a great idea, maybe something as amazing as the Airbnb for ponies, okay? You have a great team that you're building right now, and you even have a foosball table. So you have everything a great startup needs, but you need one thing that you don't have yet. You have to have a place where you can actually do your startup. And now there's a lot of cities that already offer that service, but we think none of them totally nail it, and we in Berlin totally nail it. So when we're thinking startup, what are we thinking first? Silicon Valley, San Francisco, right? That's where everybody wants to go with their startup. Or maybe you want to go to New York, maybe you want to go to LA, but you want to be part of the US startup ecosystem that has all the greatest companies in the world. And I get it, but do you really want to be part of this? Do you really want this going on where you are? Do you really want to be part of this? No, you don't, right? So the US right now is not an option. What you want is Europe, the second biggest market in the world. So more specifically, the EU. The EU is a great place to do a startup. And talking about the EU, this already tells us that London, which used to be a great city to do a startup in, right now, do you want to be there? No, you don't want to be there, so that's not an option either. So let's look at some other cities that offer this service, Startup Home as a Service, and let's look if they actually work for you. So here is Barcelona, one of my favorite cities in the world. It's an amazing place, but that is exactly the problem. Because in Barcelona, there's tons of distractions. You're not going to get shit done. You're not going to focus on your startup because it's just too sunny. You're going to go to the beach. That's where you're hanging out, so you're not doing your startup. Paris, same thing, distractions. You're not going to spend time working on your startup. You're going to walk around Montmartre. It's just too damn pretty. Other cities, Zurich, that's a great option. But unfortunately, they have good jobs in Zurich. So people in Zurich don't have to work for your shitty little startup. They work in a bank, and they make a ton of money. So that doesn't work. How about Stockholm? Stockholm is a very pretty city. Unfortunately, it's not just the city that's pretty. It's also the people. You're going to get distracted when you're in Sweden. Swedish people are just too damn sexy. And how about Rome? I love Rome. But when's the last time you did great work after having a ton of carbs for lunch? Let's be honest. Plus, do you really want to be in a city where there's a ton of pressure to dress up every day and look amazing? I don't even want to shower in the morning when I'm a startup founder, so Italy is out. And don't even get me started on Amsterdam. Because while Amsterdam, you might be able to withstand the distractions there, your coders sure won't. Now, I see it in your eyes. How about this place? How about Cologne? Yeah, Cologne, you think so? Wait till you see this. How are you ever going to focus in a city when the football club plays Champions League final every single year? That's not going to work, right? How do you focus when amazing parties happen in the street all the time? That doesn't work. And if you have the greatest beer on the planet, how are you going to focus? You're not. Are you actually from Cologne? Because this is Altbier, so you shouldn't be applauding. That was a joke that you didn't get. Okay, anyway, we solve all those problems. We totally nail it. Berlin, Startup Home as a Service. We are the place where you want to do your startup. Berlin, where dressing up is not a problem. Berlin, where too pretty is not a problem. Berlin, where too sunny, definitely is not a problem. Berlin, where too yummy, also is not a problem. And too sexy, well, we can't forget about that. Berlin has a great product. We're currently in beta, okay? So we still have some work to do, especially in the front end. Not everything is perfect, but we have a strong product vision, and it's going to be amazing. There is definitely no good jobs in Berlin, so people have to work in your shitty little startup. Actually, our former mayor coined the phrase poor but sexy, and it's been the motto of Berlin ever since. To make sure that you can focus, we surrounded Berlin by this. We call it Brandenburg, and there's no way anybody's going there on the weekend. They're spending the time coding, as they should. If you need a little bit of a break, we have the best nightclubs in the world. Berlin has always been a very, very creative city. We've come up with creative solutions forever. Some amazing artists have done their best work in Berlin, and if they can do that, so can you. Let's talk about location. Because Berlin is situated perfectly right in the center of Europe, so it's very easy to get anywhere from Berlin. And this is only going to get better once we open our new airport in 2007. Well, that didn't work. 12? No. 15? No. 2019. We are going to open our new airport in 2019. Maybe. We'll see. So, I want to be honest with you. Berlin is not perfect. Our product is not perfect. We have some bugs, okay? So while most of the Berlin product works in the English language, which is very important for international people, some parts of our product still run in German, and this being an actual German word, well, good luck. Also, we are aware that Germans are very grumpy most of the time, and in Berlin, we definitely have too many hipsters. But we have our best people working on fixing those bugs, okay? Now, you probably say, isn't Berlin part of a bigger product package called Germany? Well, technically, you are correct, but Berlin is not Germany. So if you use our product, you don't have to use any of the weird features that other parts of the product would offer you, like this or this. We don't do anything like that in Berlin. We certainly don't do that in Berlin either, so you're safe from that. Very important for every startup, what's our business model? It's very simple. We have in-city purchases, which means that we sell you anything from soft drinks to haircuts, and we take a commission on that. And if you're successful with your startup and you sell it, we take 50% of that. Taxes, right? And we all pay our taxes in Germany, so that's not a problem. Also, big question, how are we beating everybody else? This slide has to be in every pitch, so this is how we're doing it. You see it, the other cities, and up there at the right corner, that's Berlin. Traction. Do we have any traction? Yes, we do. There's already 3,000 tech startups in Berlin. And now you're asking, are they any good? And I tell you, they're fucking great. Here are some of the companies. You might know all the logos. They're amazingly successful, and they're all based in Berlin. The most important thing in any startup is the team, and we have the best team. We're very committed to our vision. We're going to do this, and we have an amazing advisory board helping us along the way. So, for anybody who's looking for a startup home as a service for a city where they can do their startup, the question is, do you want to be this guy, or do you want to be that guy? And I think you want to be that guy. Thank you.